86% of Americans agree on this one thing, and Congress is terrified. While they get rich trading stocks with insider knowledge, the rest of us are left in the dust. Today, I'm exposing exactly how they've been cashing in, and why this new bill could finally stop them.
Great. Thank you, Chairman Paul. Let me just say that we have an opportunity here today to do something that the public has wanted us to do for decades, and that is to ban members of Congress from profiting on information that, frankly, only members of Congress have in the buying and selling of stock. 86% of Americans say that members of Congress should not be able to buy and sell shares of stock, individual stock, while they are members of this body, and they are absolutely correct. And the reason is, you can see it, there was just another ethics referral in the House last week. We've seen the former Speaker of the House make millions of dollars in profits. We've seen members of both parties, I'm sad to say, be investigated for their stock trades. And the reason for all of this is that, quite frankly, members of this body are privy to information that the normal person just is not. Now, is that insider trading? It is not under the laws. Sometimes people say, well, we already have insider trading laws. We don't need a stock ban. Well, the information that members of Congress are privy to is technically not covered by the insider trading laws, but nobody really believes that the information that we get isn't valuable. It is quite valuable, which is why back during COVID, you saw members of Congress of both parties engage in a flurry of stock trading right after they were getting COVID briefings. Were members of the public getting those briefings? They were not. Were members of the public privy to the kind of information that was being given to members of Congress? No, they were not. And so when you look at what members of Congress are privy to, what they are able to trade on, the access that they have, it's just qualitatively different than your average Joe or Jane, which is why we ought to put into place common sense guardrails that say, if you want to be a member of Congress, you can put you want to save, great. You can buy mutual funds, you can buy broadly diversified investment vehicles. You should not be able to buy and trade individual stock shares in which, frankly, we have an interest in the work that we do. We have information that no other people get, no other members of the public have. This bill would finally redress that. It is in substance identical to the bill that the committee passed last year. And I believe it is a huge step forward in finally addressing this problem. I urge a yes vote, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Scott.
Congress, you can put you want to save, great. You can buy mutual funds, you can buy broadly diversified investment vehicles. You should not be able to buy and trade individual stock shares in which, frankly, we have an interest in the work that we do. We have information that no other people get, no other members of the public have. This bill would finally redress that. It is in substance identical to the bill that the committee passed last year. And I believe it is a huge step forward in finally addressing this problem.
Welcome back to Jace Manhwa. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my breakdowns. Now, let's talk about what just went down, because this is one of the few things in Washington that actually makes sense. Today, we heard a powerful argument in favor of banning members of Congress from trading individual stocks. And you know what? It's about time. 86% of Americans support this ban, and I'm right there with them. For decades, Congress has been operating under one set of rules while the rest of us play by another. They're supposed to serve the people, not use their positions to quietly make themselves rich. We've seen it over and over again. Ethics referrals piling up. A former Speaker of the House raking in millions. Politicians from both parties under investigation for suspicious stock trades. And every time they get caught, they have an excuse. But the truth is simple. These folks have access to information the rest of us will never see. It might not technically be insider trading under the law, but you and I both know it's no different in practice. Just think back to the COVID-19 pandemic. While regular Americans were losing their jobs, their savings, and their businesses, members of Congress were getting closed-door briefings. And right after those briefings, a sudden flurry of stock trades. They protected their own wealth while we were left to fend for ourselves. That is not representation. That is self-enrichment. This is why I support the push to ban stock trading for members of Congress. And no, it doesn't mean they can't invest. They can still put their money in mutual funds or diversified investment vehicles like the rest of us. But they shouldn't be allowed to buy and sell individual stocks that could be directly affected by their decisions in Washington. It's common sense. If you want to serve this country in Congress, your job should be to represent the people, not your own portfolio. For too long, politicians have treated public office like a golden ticket, and that needs to end. This bill is a step in the right direction, but we need to hold their feet to the fire and make sure it actually passes. I'll tell you this, if Congress refuses to act, then every single one of them who blocks this bill should be voted out. Because if they can't stop trading stocks while they're supposed to be working for us, then they're not in it for the American people. They're in it for themselves. This is exactly why we have to stay informed, stay loud, and hold them accountable. We've had enough of the double standards. Washington should not be a Wall Street side hustle. If you agree, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We are not backing down. We will keep exposing the truth, because it's time to put America first and take power back from the career politicians who think they're untouchable.